because I believe that's happened. And now the Indiana Fever has lost both of their top draws, both of their top billings. The players were out there running their mouths. They were getting involved in all these causes. They were doxing out police, LeBron James, the whole nine. The NBA's popularity plummeted. It is. All right. So let's look at this picture. My boy CDS Sports Podcast, go subscribe. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitter.
Sophie Cunningham went down holding her knee. Fans erupted in anger, and the refs didn't blow the whistle. But here's the crazy part. Out of that disaster came one of the most historic comebacks in Indiana Fever history. How did Kelsey Mitchell and Lexie Hull turn a potentially season-crushing injury into fuel for revenge? The answer isn't just about scoring. It's about resilience, leadership, and a clutch moment that sealed the win. Stick around, because this game was anything but ordinary. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Why did Sophie Cunningham's fall spark so much outrage instead of just concern? It wasn't only because a player went down hurt, it was the way it happened. She got tangled under the rim, crashed to the floor hard, grabbed at her leg, and everyone waited for the whistle that never came. Silence. Play just kept moving while she lay there. Fans saw it in real time and flooded social media, saying the refs don't protect players. Family members jumped in too, calling it embarrassing for the league. Even the post-game press room was tense. Coach Christy Sides couldn't hide it. She sat down, shook her head, and all she could say at first was, "Holy shit."
And guess what? You can imagine who it is. It's members of the old WNBA fandom, the ones that root for Paige Beckers and Angel Reese and Asia Wilson and all, because I believe that's happened. And now the Indiana Fever has lost both of their top draws, both of their top billings. He sent a clear public signal to his players. We're not doing that, because he just said we went way too far and it hurt the league.
That set the tone for how real the moment felt. What made it even worse, this wasn't just another night where one player went down. Indiana was already missing Caitlin Clark, Erica Wheeler, and Christy Wallace, their three natural point guards. That's like taking the steering wheel off a car and still expecting to drive straight. You can push the gas, but who's really controlling where you're going? With no steady floor general, the Fever had to throw out whole parts of their offense. Sides patched together lineups like a puzzle missing key pieces. Players who weren't used to running the show were suddenly forced to do it. Odyssey Sims, normally a spark, was asked to play lead guard against Connecticut's full-court press.
And then about 2 years ago, Adam Silver came out prior to the season starting. It wasn't this last season. It was the season before. The usual damn suspects, all right, are celebrating this. They're throwing out the MAGA thing. I mean, the whole nine. The players were out there running their mouths. They were getting involved in all these causes. They were doxing out police, LeBron James, the whole nine. The NBA's popularity plummeted. Well, your league's being hurt right now, Kathy Engelbert. I mean, you wanted to grow this league, but your league is being wounded all over again.
Every possession looked like it could collapse under pressure. The Sun smelled weakness and tried to break them with traps, swarming arms, and non-stop intensity. But here's where it flipped. That low point, with frustration boiling, didn't crush Indiana. It gave them their breaking point and their reason to fight back. The answer didn't come from the sidelines either. It came from one player deciding she wasn't going to let this team sink. What turned a team that looked ready to collapse into making history? It came down to one player catching fire at the exact moment Indiana needed it most. Kelsey Mitchell went into halftime with barely anything on the stat sheet. She'd been quiet while the Sun kept throwing traps at every guard, forcing Indiana into rushed shots and sloppy passes. You could feel the tension. No primary ball handlers, every possession looking like it might slip away, and the Sun pressing full court to squeeze them out of the game. Then it shifted. Mitchell came out after the break and started hitting everything.
I kid you not. I saw that and was like, well, is it a bad time to tell you that I think she's roared to being the second most popular player in the WNBA? And I said yesterday during a video, maybe it was the day before, it was after the Fever lost the game against the Wings. Because the old WNBA fandom will come for Kathy Engelbert, and the players will come for her as well. And that's part of the problem.
Step back threes, quick pull-ups, deep range bombs. She racked up 34 points in just the second half. With every shot, the Fever crept closer. It wasn't just scoring. It was the way she carried the offense like she was born for that exact moment. By the time it was over, she had passed Tamika Catchings for the most 30-point games in franchise history with her 11th. That's not a small step. It's the kind of milestone that cements a career. And it wasn't only Mitchell. Odyssey Sims found a rhythm controlling the tempo, keeping the ball moving instead of letting Connecticut dictate. Aaliyah Boston battled down low, taking hits and getting putbacks. Natasha Howard was bruising through defenders for 18 points and 9 rebounds, while Queen Egbo and Tiffany Mitchell added defensive grit. Meanwhile, Nalissa Smith and Lexie Hull fed off the runs, cutting hard, contesting, and doing the little things that don't show up right away. Aaliyah Turner broke up drives and clogged the lane, giving the Fever the stops they needed. Overtime hit and the game turned chaotic.
It is. All right. So let's look at this picture. My boy CDS Sports Podcast, go subscribe. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitter. He had an interview with ESPN or ABC prior to the season, and he said, he posted this. This is Bria Hartley right here, grinning from ear to ear with Sophie Cunningham smiling. The NBA fell in popularity because Adam Silver let the league get away from him.
Mitchell still kept scoring, but inside the final minute, it was Lexie Hull firing from deep. She drained the shot that broke Connecticut's spirit. That dagger made it 99-93. A win carved from resilience, not luck. This was the night the Fever proved they were never counted out. The revenge wasn't about trying to punish Connecticut. It was about finding strength when it looked like everything had been ripped away. That's what makes this win matter. It showed the Fever aren't just surviving, they're building something stronger out of the pain. And you have to wonder, if they can pull this off with so many players missing, what happens when this team finally gets healthy? That's when things could get scary for the rest of the league. So hit that subscribe button for more Fever coverage, and let me know who you think the true MVP was tonight.